The sun dips below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows across the trail ahead. You quicken your pace, the silence of the woods pressing in around you. It's moments like these when you realize just how vulnerable you are out here alone, swallowed by the immensity of nature. Tonight, we delve into the eerie and unsettling world of mysterious disappearances on lonely hiking trails. Hikers venturing out for a day of adventure, vanishing without a trace, leaving behind nothing but unanswered questions and a haunting silence. These are their stories. This is 3 mysterious disappearances on lonely hiking trails. Our first story takes us to the remote wilderness of the Appalachian Trail, a place where nature's beauty can quickly turn treacherous. The dense forest canopy shrouds the path in an almost perpetual twilight, and the air hangs heavy with the scent of pine and damp earth. It was here, amidst this unforgiving landscape, that a seasoned hiker named James Allen went missing. James, an experienced outdoorsman, knew the Appalachian Trail well. He'd traversed its winding paths countless times, each journey a testament to his love for solitude and the tranquility of nature. But this time, something was different. This time, the trail would lead him into a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. On a crisp autumn morning, James set out on what was supposed to be a week-long hike. He'd packed his backpack with meticulous care. Food, water, supplies, every item carefully chosen for its necessity and practicality. He bid farewell to the other hikers at the trailhead, a solitary figure disappearing into the embrace of the ancient forest. Days turned into nights, and James's presence on the trail was marked by his entries in the logbook scattered along the route. His words, a mix of observations on the changing foliage and reflections on the solitude of his surroundings, painted a picture of a man at peace with himself and the world around him. But then, the entries abruptly stopped. Silence descended upon James's journey, a silence that stretched from hours into days, then weeks, and finally agonizingly into months. Search parties were dispatched, their hopes dwindling with each passing hour. They scoured the trail, their calls echoing unanswered through the desolate wilderness. Volunteers joined forces with park rangers, their determination fueled by a glimmer of hope that they might find even a trace of the missing hiker. But the forest held its secrets close, the dense undergrowth and rugged terrain guarding their mysteries jealously. Theories swirled like the autumn leaves that now carpeted the forest floor. Had James lost his way, succumbing to the elements in some remote, unforgiving corner of the wilderness? Had he met with foul play, his fate a grim reminder of the darkness that can lurk even in the most beautiful of settings? The mystery of James's disappearance deepened with each passing season. The trail, once a place of solace and adventure, now bore the weight of unanswered questions and a lingering sense of unease. The official search for James was eventually called off, the lack of clues leaving authorities with no leads to pursue. Years have passed since James Allen vanished on that fateful hike, but his story continues to resonate with a chilling intensity. The Appalachian Trail, for all its beauty and grandeur, serves as a stark reminder that even in this modern age, some mysteries remain tantalizingly out of reach. Our next story takes us to the dense, often fog-shrouded forests of the Pacific Northwest, where the line between reality and folklore blurs amidst towering trees and whispering winds. It's a place where nature's beauty possesses an undeniable power, a power that can be both alluring and unforgiving. It was here, in this realm of ancient forests and hidden groves, that a young camper named Rachel Evans disappeared, her story becoming another chilling chapter in the annals of unexplained disappearances. Rachel, an avid nature enthusiast, had been drawn to the Pacific Northwest's allure for years. The region's reputation for breathtaking scenery and untamed wilderness resonated with her adventurous spirit, a call she could no longer ignore. So with a backpack full of supplies and a heart filled with anticipation, she embarked on a solo camping trip, eager to experience the solitude and splendor of the region firsthand. She chose a secluded campsite nestled beside a pristine lake, its surface a mirror reflecting the towering evergreens that stood sentinel along its shores. The air hummed with the sounds of nature, the chirping of unseen birds, the rustling of leaves in a gentle breeze, the distant cry of a hawk circling overhead. Setting up her tent with practiced ease, Rachel breathed in the crisp, pine-scented air, a feeling of contentment washing over her. This was exactly what she had been longing for, a chance to disconnect from the noise of everyday life and reconnect with the natural world. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Rachel gathered wood for a campfire, her movements imbued with a sense of peaceful solitude. The flames of her campfire danced in the gathering darkness, casting flickering shadows that stretched and contorted amidst the trees. As the stars began to emerge in the velvety night sky, Rachel settled into her camp chair, a sense of contentment washing over her. She sipped her coffee, the warmth spreading through her body as she gazed up at the celestial tapestry overhead, lost in contemplation. But as the night deepened, so too did the silence. The once familiar sounds of the forest seemed to fade, replaced by an unsettling quiet. The air, once alive with the chirping of insects, grew still, as if the forest itself were holding its breath. Rachel, sensing the shift in atmosphere, felt a prickle of unease run down her spine. She tried to shake off the feeling, attributing it to her imagination, but the silence persisted, growing heavier with each passing moment. The flames of her campfire, once a source of comfort and warmth, now seemed to cast menacing shadows that danced at the edge of her vision. The surrounding trees, once majestic sentinels guarding the peace of the forest, now loomed over her campsite, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. Rachel decided to retreat to the safety of her tent for the night, hoping that sleep would banish the unsettling feelings that had taken root in her mind. Zipping the tent flap securely behind her, she snuggled into her sleeping bag, trying to ignore the oppressive silence that seemed to press in on her from all sides. The following morning, the rising sun revealed an eerie sight. Rachel's campsite was completely abandoned. Her tent stood undisturbed, her belongings still neatly arranged inside. The remnants of her campfire smoldered in the morning light, a faint wisp of smoke curling skyward, but of Rachel there was no sign. It was as if she had vanished into thin air, leaving behind no trace of her presence. Search parties were quickly dispatched, their voices calling out Rachel's name as they scoured the area surrounding the campsite. They combed through the dense undergrowth, their eyes scanning the forest floor for any sign of the missing camper. But their efforts proved futile. Rachel had vanished without a trace, her disappearance as baffling as it was terrifying. Our final tale leads us to the mist-shrouded peaks of the Rocky Mountains, where jagged cliffs pierce the sky. Here, in this realm of breathtaking beauty and unforgiving nature, the very air seems to crackle with an ancient energy. It was here that a solo trekker named Mark Williams embarked on a journey that would forever be shrouded in mystery. Mark, an experienced mountaineer, had set his sights on a particularly challenging trail. With excitement and anticipation, he set off on his solo trek. But as Mark climbed higher, a thick fog began to roll in, blanketing the mountainside. Mark felt a knot of unease tighten in his stomach. He checked his compass and pressed onward. He was lost, disoriented and alone as night approached. Huddling beneath a rocky overhang, he tried to conserve body heat. The following morning, the fog had lifted, revealing a clear day, but of Mark, there was no sign. Three souls swallowed by the wilderness, their stories echoing the mysteries that lie hidden within the heart of nature. James, the seasoned hiker who vanished on a familiar path. Rachel, the young camper who disappeared from her secluded campsite. And Mark, the experienced mountaineer lost amidst the treacherous peaks. Their stories serve as chilling reminders that even in our modern age, the wilderness holds onto its secrets, guarding them jealously. What do you think happened to them? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below, and let me know if you've ever had a similar experience on the trails. Like this video and subscribe to my channel for more chilling tales of the unexplained. And remember, sometimes the scariest stories are the ones that remain unsolved.